Good day everyone, I am Jonald B. Pablo from BPED 2C, and now I am going to discuss the history, facilities, and equipment of soccer. So let's get started. First is history. Football, also called soccer, is a game involving two teams of 11 players who try to maneuver the ball into the other team's goal without using their hands or arms. The team that scores more goals win. In the Philippines, football can be classified as a developed sport played by amateur and professional Filipino football clubs. The Philippine Football Federation, or PFF, is the governing body of international football in the country. The Kaya FC Academy is the largest football academy here in the Philippines. Kaya FC Academy were able to produce some of the best football players in the country that can compete internationally. Even our coaches are classified professional and able to train the youth to love the sports. Football is a popular sport in the Philippines, although it is not as popular as basketball, in which the Filipino go crazy about football. Has long history, the archipelago dating back to more than 100 years ago, when Paulino Alcantara Riestra became the first Filipino and ASEAN player to play for European club. He made his first appearance in the sport as a striker at the age of 15 at Barcelona, which made him the club's youngest and second highest goal scored behind Lionel Messi. Since then, the first football team began to prop, including the Manila Sporting Club in 1906, the Sando Athletic Club in 1909, and the Bohemian Sporting Club in 1910. In the years that followed, the Philippines joined the international competition. The national football team became the representative of men's international football for the Philippines. They won the Far Eastern Games once in 1913 and became a two-time Philippines Peace Cup champion in 2012 and 2013. The Philippines Women National Football Team, representing women's international football in the Philippines, achieved a third place bronze finish at the 1985 Southeast Asian Games. Football stadium can be found in the Philippines like the Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila, which is the national stadium of the country for football games. It is also called the home of the Philippines football team. Meanwhile, the Panaad Football Stadium in Bacolod is the second big venue. Next is the facilities. The field of play is simply the surface where the soccer game is played. Regulation to determine the surface size and markings of the field as well as goals position size and construction. For instant matches, must be played on natural or artificial green surfaces. The field of play must be rectangular shape and marked with lines to determine the boundaries. The two longer boundary lines are called touch lines. The two shorter lines are called goal lines. The field of play is divided into two halves by a halfway line, which joins the midpoint of the two touch lines. The center mark is indicated at the midpoint of the halfway line. A circle with a radius of 9.15 meters or 10 yards is marked around it. And the last one is equipments. The ball. It is required that each player have a spherical stitch ball made of leather or other suitable material, and it is of proper size. The ball's circumference cannot be more than 70 cm or 28 inches, and not less than 68 cm or 27 inches. The weight at the start of match cannot be more than 450 grams or 16 ounces, and not less than 410 grams or 14 ounces. Player equipment. The rules of soccer say that the basic equipment of a player comprise the following items: a jersey or shirt with sleeves, a short stock, shin guards and footwear. Sock must entirely cover the shin guard. Each team must have different colors so that they can easily be distinguished from each other on the field during play. Goalkeepers must wear colors that distinguish him from other players. Jersey, usually they have the club's name and badge imprinted on the front as well as the player's number and in some cases on the back. Goal is a frame at either end of the soccer field consisting of two vertical goal posts and one horizontal crossbar on top of and connecting the two goal posts. Football flag posts. There are specific football pack and rules for the corner flag used in soccer. A flag post must not be less than 1.5 meters or 5 feet high. Each of the four flag posts should have a non